This is a new day, built from the ground, broken by legends. A day for our generation to see untold experiences of our blackness, representing a limitless range of identity, playing kings and queens of our neighborhoods, defeating larger-than-life forces, trying to flip our world upside down. We stand up on any stage and every screen. A day when black women are boldly the lead character, whether inmates or scholars. We're not a genre, because there's no one way to be black. We're writing while black, nuanced and complex, resilient and strong. This is not a moment. This is a movement. We are strong black leads. Today is a great day in Hollywood.
Hello friends, it's Loma here, otherwise known as Lomalicious, Lomita, or Momo. My grandson calls me Momo, and guess what? I'm a proud grandma, and you just call me Momo too. Today, I'm so sad. It is day 27 of my Black History Month project of 28 movies in 28 days, and I'm coming close to the end, just one more day of this project that I have fully enjoyed. And I did want to save this to the end because I am reviewing movies. I am talking about film and black film and documentaries and all incorporated with black history, because a lot of these movies are relevant to today, and a lot of these movies, whether they're fictional or documentaries that I've been reviewing, they are just so important for us to see. I honestly recommend every single one, and that's why I picked them, and I really had a hard time picking just 28. I have my honorable mentions list, which I am also going to review. Because there's so many movies that I love in that list as well, and I didn't get a chance to review it. So today, today's They've Gotta Have Us. Oh my goodness, they interview people from Harry Belafonte to Whoopi Goldberg to John Singleton. So many. Even because there's nothing that says that for me, I can't tell someone else's story, right? I can tell someone else's story, but you really need to consult the people that are part of the story, the people that are part of the community, in order to make sure that I am telling the story in the true way, the true essence of how it should be told, So anyway, this movie was great. It goes into again, the history of film when it comes to black actors, how they are portrayed, how they were featured in films, and how things have changed tremendously, and how the voices are so important, so importantly, the voices of black women in film, and black women in the world in general. What I did love about this is that it shows just the involvement of black film, of black actors, of the voices that are really shining. It is a great documentary. The best thing about this documentary, it's a three-part series, but it is the best thing about it is you get to see some of your favorite directors and actors that you haven't seen in so long, and all talking about their experiences. And what I love about documentaries that talk about many films is there are some films I haven't seen before, so guess what? Now I gotta watch them. So it's great. And even you get a little insight as to into some of the films, what the meaning actually was behind it, and things like that, like one of Spike Lee's films. And one thing I learned too is that he really loved those the Hollywood the musical scenes. I don't know what to call them, but those scenes of the dancing and the, all that stuff. So that was really interesting to find out, and how he he incorporated that in a lot of his films. So yeah, this movie's great. I recommend it. You know what you do? You go on your pajama day Sundays and marathon They've Gotta Have Us, and you'll enjoy. I love it. One thing I love is that I can always learn about this, like the Jim Crow era, and we do go back in this when it comes to film, because it's so important, because we talk about the history of Black people, the way they have been portrayed in plays and films, and the people that would portray them. They weren't allowed to be in a film, so white people would blackface, and how really, 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 really important it is to know that blackface is not, and you should know by now. You should have known by the 90s that is not something that's okay. And what's so unfortunate, and I had to stop watching The Real Housewives of New York because the Duchess Leanne or whatever, or Countess, went in blackface a couple of years ago because she went to a Halloween party as Diana Ross. And you know what? She could have gone as Diana Ross without the blackface. You really don't need to blackface. And because there's so much meaning behind it, just pure evilness, sorry. And it's unfortunate because in They've Gotta Have Us, they talk about how back in the early times, the Black actor would be the comic relief, but the fool comic relief.
The network does not want to see Negroes on television unless they are buffoons.
There's a long history of grotesque, racist caricatures depicting Black people as childlike, animalistic, or lazy.
How far is it from the sun to the moon?
He asked you how far it was from the sun to the moon?
Yeah, that's what the man asked me.
Well, what'd you tell him?
I told him if he was going to give me that route, I didn't want to judge.
Well, tell me, how would you like to go to work for me?
Yes, ma'am. How much you going to pay me, I hope?
Well, let's see now. I'll pay you all your work.
No, ma'am. I got to have some money.
You know, Cotton, I'm making a picture called The Lion Tamer.
The Lion Tamer?
Uh-huh. Now, all I want to do is snap you as you enter the lion's cage.
You just want to snap me as I enter?
Yes.
Well, you better snap me as I enter, because you will never be able to focus me when I start out, because I'm Alabama bound.
Yeah, so once again, when you see someone doing, putting on blackface, not once, not twice, but, 3 times in modern history, not that long ago, you know we have a long way to go. And when you see, one of your shows, a show I used to love this show. Not New York as much. I still like the Jersey Girls and my Atlanta girl drama, honey. And Beverly Hills. I'm sorry. I know this is so shallow of me, but I do. And, I was hoping maybe I could have been a Real Housewife of Toronto one day, but I just don't have enough money for that. Can they just do okay, can we get a mix? Can we get a mix of women? I just want a mix of women. And I'm going to start my own show. Yes, the realistic. I'm going to be starting my own show called The Realistic Housewives of Toronto. I'm so real, I'm istic. definitely going to be one because, yeah, I make no money, and but I still live as if I live. I live as I look. I live like I look like I live on a champagne budget, right? Kind of. No, I'm pretty, I guess. I don't know. No, okay. I look like I try to live on a champagne budget, but it ain't no champagne budget for sure. My mom likes to tell me I have a champagne budget or champagne taste on a beer budget. That's it. Champagne taste on a beer budget. Yes. So, yeah, right now I don't even have a beer budget. My budget is like mineral water. My budget is I got a soda stream for Christmas, and that's my sparkling water. So that's my budget. A gift and zero, okay? Anyway, so thank you for joining me on the Realistic Housewives of Toronto. And again, we will talk about our struggles of grocery shopping and kids that drive you crazy, and yeah, and nothing much. Going out every so often and having ladies' nights every so often. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. The drama. Okay, have a great night, my friends, and we'll see you tomorrow.